This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we're going to start the holiday weekend off with some music from a talented artist from our area. Happy Friday and Independence Day Eve. I'm Ken Karen. This is a special FYI. We have some great stories for you. First up, though, headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Today is First Friday in downtown Hazleton, and this month's festivities are in conjunction with the City of Hazleton's Independence Day celebration. Don't miss the sidewalk art sale happening at the shop, too. And then you could come meet the artist at the Dragonfly Cafe. They have an artist there. Plus, the YMYWCA is hosting a free bike rodeo until 8 p.m. Plus, it's opening night for Mr. Roberts to play at the PTPA. And of course, don't miss Hold Your Flag High Independence Day celebration at Harmon Geist Memorial Stadium. The gates just opened at 5 p.m. There will be food vendors, entertainment, a public reading of the Declaration of Independence, and of course, the big fireworks display at dusk. It's all happening tonight in downtown Hazleton. For a complete list of events, go to downtownhazleton.org. Plus, don't forget to check out our complete list of firework displays throughout the area on our Facebook page, FYI News 13. Well, tonight we have a story of success for one Penn State graduate from our area. No, it's not me. FYI's Lisa Sugart introduces us to a young man who went to University Park to pursue a Penn State degree and also gained a band and a brand new CD in the process.
Well, this interview is an absolute pleasure to see a local guy who has made well, and a local guy who I know since he was about this high at Transfiguration Elementary School, went on to graduate at Marian Catholic High School. Eric Faust is here to talk with us about the success of his wonderful band, Lenina Crown, very well known in State College area and beyond. And he's here to tell us about a new CD and everything that is happening in his life. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, you start out loving music, I guess, and how did you end up that you're in this fantastic band?
State College is a great place for music, as we were talking about, and I was lucky enough to have some friends that played music around there, and decided to put together a band basically with some of my best friends, and I'm just lucky with what's happened since, I guess.
So you were out there because you were pursuing your degree at Penn State University, so that's how you came to come from this area out to Penn State.
Yeah, absolutely. I went to school for secondary math education. I currently substitute teach in the State College area school district, so I kind of have to juggle music and teaching, but I love both.
And glad that he came to stop in to see us, originally from Hazleton, but living in your parents in the hometown area, and the Faust name very well known at Marian Catholic High School for athleticism and also theater and everything else. You guys have been famous for everything. So tell us about Lenina Crown. I always thought that was an interesting name. How'd you come up with it?
One of my favorite books is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, and my friend Mike, we're the two guys that put together the band, and we shared that interest in that book. Lenina Crown is the lead female character in the book, and it's a dystopian fiction book that takes place, way in the future, and talks about how everyone has become the same person, and it's an interesting book. Everybody should read it, but she sort of epitomized things that we loved and hated about society, and so we wanted to sort of give her the little tribute of naming the band after her, I guess.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I never knew that. I was always wondering how you came up with the name.
Yeah.
So now, how long has this band been in existence? And then tell us about your latest ventures.
So we first put together the band almost 2.5 years ago now, and a little under 2 years ago, we sort of put together what's more the current lineup, where we actually started getting things moving and playing shows in State College. So we started recording in Philadelphia at Minor Street Studios in the Fishtown district. There's great young people there doing good things with music in Philly, and we were lucky enough to kind of work our way into the scene. And so we put out a 6-track EP. We have some CDs. I'll be sure to give you one. And we've been just sort of trying to get that around and use it to promote our original music and what we're trying to do. So it's been a good experience recording and seeing what that's all about. And yeah, so we're kind of working with that right now.
Wow, this is really impressive. And tell everybody, I mean, a lot of people, either graduates of Penn State in this area, very heavy, or else they like that area and they head out there. Upcoming Arts Festival. Tell us about some of the places you play and maybe some of the upcoming places during Arts Festival, because maybe they want to see you.
Yeah, so for the past 1.5 to 2 years, we've been playing at Cafe 210 on Thursdays, Dark Horse Fridays, and the First for happy hour on Saturdays. Those three venues are a blast to go to, you know yourself. And they've been great to us in terms of the management and employees. So we're doing those three shows for Arts Fest if anybody's coming up. Again, Cafe Thursday, Dark Horse Friday, First happy hour 7 to 9 on Saturday. And then there's this People's Choice Music Festival on Friday as well. We're playing a little earlier in the afternoon. So we have a packed schedule for Arts Fest, but that's a good thing.
And we'd be remiss, you're not the only local guy in this band.
Yeah, my friend Nick Rodenko plays saxophone for us, and he went to the high school. I'm sure he'll have family and friends watching this, so we'll have to give him a shout out. And also my Nana Wassel for sure. I know she pretty much lives for watching Channel 13, so I'm sure she'll be watching this, and she always looks out for Caitlin and Samantha and myself, so I love you, Nana.
Aw, how sweet is that? And who are the other guys in the band? We don't want to miss them.
Greg Ford is a State College native. Eric Seidel is from Doylestown, and Rob Curry grew up in Chester outside of Philly. So.
All right. And you have a website, and you're even perfecting that even more so. So tell us your website and how they can, see and watch more of you.
Sure. So it's just LaninaCrownMusic.com, LaninaCrown.com. And then our Facebook, you can search Lanina Crown, or it's /LaninaCrownMusic. So mostly we've been using Facebook for the past 2.5 years, but we put together the website to kind of be a little more professional and try to market ourselves to different record labels and festivals and things like that. So multiple ways to follow what we're working on.
Well, we hope, we're pleased that you're doing so well in State College. I know if you can do well there, that's a tough town, so you have to be darn good. And I've heard them play. I've heard the band play. They played at Thon, and you could watch the live feed, and I got to see that 2 years where you were playing at Thon that way. You guys do awesome, so we wish you continued success, and maybe we could see you here in the Hazleton area sometime soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Definitely have to check up on Fun Fest and all those different things we have going on. So.
Well, if we know that Eric and his band is playing here, Lanina Crown, we will definitely let you know. Always great to have a story of a local guy doing great. So congratulations, continued success. Get his CD. Where can they get it?
Get in touch with us. We're on Bandcamp. You can stream it and download it. So that'd be the easiest way, I think, is on Bandcamp.
All right. Continued success to Eric Faust and Lanina Crown. And we're going to let you hear a little bit as we leave you today.
Dig up something from the dirt that Shakespeare wrote, but I don't know if that could ever make it to the canon. So that
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you to Eric's Nana for always watching. We appreciate it. Last time I saw Eric, he was playing Jesus and Jesus Christ Superstar at Marion. He rocks, so does the band. Check them out. Coming up next on FYI, Janine Mazurkevich has a special What's the Sense home decorating segment. And in sports, we'll try to figure out how Penn State football made it through the worst of the NCAA sanctions without a losing season.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It's What's the Sense, a special edition just in time for the 4th of July, so happy 4th to all of you. We're here with Tamara, and if you're still looking for some last-minute ideas for the 4th of July, well, we got them for you.
We do. Happy summer. I'm so glad it's summer. It was a long winter. What I have here, and I owe credit to my daughter for this one, is a flag out of rags, strands of pearls, a little bit of lace, and this was just a piece of scarf with some stenciled stars on it. And all you do is you use a yardstick, rag tie it on, decorate it however you like, and there's your flag.
You gotta have a flag out for the 4th of July. And the nice thing about this project is it's inexpensive, and you can make really any kind of flag. If it's not for the 4th, you don't have to hang the American flag just for the 4th of July, but you can do other themes as well.
Right, and it looks really pretty outside because the wind blows it, and it's really, really pretty. But you could use denim, sheets, old T-shirts, anything you like.
Now, how do you hang this outside?
You just have it's on a stick, and there's a little hook here. You just hang a little piece of ribbon and just tie it to a tree or wherever you want to put it, on your deck, wherever.
All right, and it's that time of year we finally get to hit the swimming pools in northeastern Pennsylvania, and we have a red, white, and blue theme.
Well, this one's not red, white, and blue.
Okay.
It's just for the beach, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
All right.
Old T-shirts, or sometimes people don't want to get rid of their T-shirts, and they really shouldn't be wearing that T-shirt, but they can't part with that T-shirt. Well, great idea. You can take your T-shirt. I'm going to show you what this, and you make a beach bag. And how you do that, how you do it, you can do it with fringe on the outside, or you can do it that if you don't want the fringe, that it's just, the other way. But you just throw your books in it, throw your sunscreen, and go. So how I did this is all you're going to do, you're going to take a T-shirt, you're going to cut the sleeves off of it, you're going to cut this neckline a little bit bigger, because that's going to determine how big of a hole you have there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut this fringed, and then you're going to tie the fringes to tie it up, and you'll see how I did that here. As you tie it, the tighter you tie it, the more sealed it gets on the bottom.
That's really neat.
But you can use all those old concert shirts that you don't want, you won't part with them. Now you can use them for a beach bag.
Very neat, and it has some meaning behind them. Now we have 2 other items.
And last, I saw this and I absolutely loved it. It's a palette cooler. And you know how I love my palettes? Well, you make a cooler out of it. And I have the directions on my website. What I did was, there's a overlay. If you want to put any kind of words or any kind of pictures onto wood, print them on wax paper in your printer, and just take a credit card and you can just put it right on the wood. Now make sure the wood is sanded a little bit, but you can put any kind of a logo, anything on there that you like. And then lastly, I used an old crib rail. And with the old crib rail, I made a rack for wine glasses, beer mugs, and to put over the pallet cooler.
That is so neat. So you can really repurpose anything.
Pretty much everything.
Just ask Tam, go to her website, and happy 4th to you.
Happy 4th to you and to everybody out there.
And have a safe one here on What's the Sense?
Hello again, and here I have with me Bonzi. Bonzi is an approximately 10-month-old pit bull mix, and she's very friendly and loving with people, as you can see. Bonzi is currently up to date on all of her vaccines and is scheduled to be spayed and tested for heartworm and Lyme disease. We're not sure what she's like with other dogs, but as always, we encourage our adopters to bring their own animals in to see how they get along with her, along with proof of your own animals being up to date on rabies shots. Bonzi is very young and energetic and could probably do best with somebody who has a lot of open space. Because of her age, we recommend experienced owners, somebody who's had a puppy before, to come and adopt our Bonzi here. That's it for our dogs. Let's have a look at the cats. And here I have with me Tippy. Tippy is one of the newest additions to our female colony, and as you can see, she's very friendly and gets along extremely well with our other cats. She is a young adult who is already spayed, current on all of her vaccines, and has been tested for feline leukemia, FIV, and has come up negative for both. Seeing as how she does so well with our other cats here at the shelter, we recommend her not only for first-time pet owners, but for anybody who has some cats at home as well. So if anybody at home is interested in Bonzi, Tippy, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to 101 North Poplar Street here at the Hazelton Animal Shelter.
This segment on FYI is brought to you by Valley High Drive-In on Route 93 in West Hazelton, where they have some great ice cream and great food. Come be part of a Hazelton tradition. And Boyer Insurance Agency. They have 2 locations to serve you. One is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, and the other is in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can call them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683. Part 2 of our Penn State football series continues after this break.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Brad Spider-Caldwell, Penn State football's longtime equipment manager and current facilities coordinator for Beaver Stadium, said something that really struck me at a dinner recently for the Greater Hazleton chapter of the Penn State Alumni Association. Here's what he had to say. What helped Penn State football survive the NCAA sanctions? Was it Bill O'Brien's playbook? Was it Matt McGloin's arm? Was it Christian Hackenberg's arm? Was it Mike Hull's tenacious defense or Sam Ficken's right foot? It was a mixture of all those things, plus this short moment between a former safety and a former equipment manager. After 30-plus years on the Penn State football staff, Brad Spider-Caldwell, who's on the right in this shot, decided to call it quits after the 2013 season. In January, he started a new position with the team as facilities coordinator at Beaver Stadium. Here's one of the reasons he came back.
And I've been saying to people, you know, how many places would have survived what we just went through? I mean, what we went through, and we didn't have a losing season. How many places could have done that? And just and I'm like, you know, I'm not done giving back, and I want to be part of that, you know, moving it on and getting, you know, and taking this into the future. And like I said, that's why I missed it. But no, I just thought, wow, it's a special place. It really is. It really is. When they talk about the Penn State family, I'm telling you, the alumni, and I think why we survived was it was the power of the alumni, the power of the fans, the power of the lettermen. I mean, the close-knitness of it. You know, they weren't going to let this die.
We'll get back to that family atmosphere, but another big reason the Lions didn't have a losing season during the sanctions was because of some big-time plays from guys like Ryan Kaiser. Kaiser's the one on the left in this shot. His interception against Rutgers this past season clinched the game for Penn State. In 2013, he picked off a pass in the end zone against Illinois that ended the game and gave the Nittany Lions an overtime win at Beaver Stadium.
Yeah, it was sweet. Another one that was, I think, a team effort. Adrian, I remember him making a great play on that ball, and just ended up falling in my hands. You know, I was hustling after it. But yeah, that was an awesome experience. You know, I can't describe to you what it was like just growing up in the area around State College, and you know, being a fan for my whole life. It was pretty cool to be a part of.
Kaiser mentioned Adrian Amos, a fellow safety who tipped the ball on that big play. Amos is the guy in the foreground of this picture. It was taken after Penn State's win over Indiana this past season. You'll notice that the team is holding up Kaiser's jerseys. That's because he wasn't there to suit up. Kaiser broke a rib during a practice before the Ohio State game, and the rib perforated his small intestine. Instead of running into Beaver Stadium in front of thousands of fans, he found himself in intensive care at the Hershey Medical Center. On the field, Kaiser was Penn State's last line of defense. He believes he had his own safety watching over him.
Something I didn't expect when I got to college was my relationship with Jesus Christ to grow. You know, I became a part of this group at Penn State, met some awesome people. It's called Victory Christian Fellowship. And it was just a group I became a part of there in my time, and made a lot of awesome friends through that group. And like I said, my relationship with Christ, there was a lot of ups and downs, but that was always steady, and that was something that always was growing.
Did that help you get through what you went through?
Yeah, definitely. Man, I don't know what I would do. You know, just having an experience like that, you know, a lot of times it wakes people up.
Kaiser also credits his wife with helping him through the injury. While he didn't play, the senior was able to walk out of the tunnel for Penn State's final home game in 2014 against Michigan State. Penn State's head coach James Franklin calls home games family reunions. The games are a chance to catch up with one another and remember the good times and the bad. Everything you guys went through, how close was your team? If I remember, didn't they bring your jersey with them when they were on the road?
Yeah, well, obviously, you know, going through trials and all the stuff we've been through, that brought us closer. You know, our workouts, that also brings us closer. So throughout time, you just bond, your brothers. You go through a lot of stuff together. You're tight. And then when something like that happens, guys just rally around you and support you. And I'm so honored and, you know, happy to be a part of something like that, a brotherhood.
Kaiser's immediate plans have him staying close to his Penn State family. He's going to be a staff member for Victory Christian Fellowship. He may need to take some time off, though, because he is training and plans to try and make an NFL roster. It's all about family. We will have part 3 of our interview from that dinner next week. Well, it's a big July 4th sports weekend. District 18 and 24 Little League going on Friday, and of course the Women's World Cup final on Sunday. Ron Marchetti, he believes that we will win.
Happy July 4th, everybody. This is Short Shots during a glorious middle of the summer holiday weekend. Hi, everybody. Since last Friday, the number 2 ranked USA women's soccer team has shut out China and number 1 ranked Germany to reach the final. They played that semifinal on Tuesday before 51,000. And by the way, I watched that entire game. America's goalie Hope Solo posted her 5th consecutive shutout, not allowing a goal in the last 513 minutes. So now the World Cup is ready to be won by the USA. Good luck against Japan on Sunday in Vancouver. USA, USA. 6 Hazelton area Lady Cougars were selected to the Pennsylvania Coaches All-State softball team. Sophomore first baseman Megan Trivalpiece, senior second baseman Maria Trivalpiece, who was the first Hazelton area athlete to be named All-State first team 3 straight years since footballer Donald Patrick made first team All-State end in 1997, 98, and 99. Senior Lexi Wolk made second team, while junior pitcher Celine Podlesny, senior shortstop Michaela Browdy, and senior outfielder Abby Sachs earned honorable mention. Sachs was also honored by the Wyoming Valley Conference being named Division I Most Outstanding Player. What an infield! And we did not forget Hazelton area graduate and Coppin State grad in Baltimore and sophomore standout Candace Van Horn, who earned the ultimate accolade by being selected to the Capital One Academic All-American NCAA Division I softball 3rd team. Van Horn becomes the first Coppin State female student athlete in school history to ever earn academic All-American honors. Candace is also the only Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference student athlete named to the academic All-American softball team. Wow! To Candace Van Horn, the Trivalpiece sisters, Wolk, Podlesny, Browdy, and Sachs Cadeaux on great years. Now go and enjoy your summers. What else? Phillies manager Ryan Sandberg resigned. Golfer Jeff Maggart won the U.S. Seniors Open in Sacramento, California. LeBron James and Kevin Love of the Cleveland Cavaliers opted out of their contracts to become free agents. However, both are expected to sign again and stay with Cleveland. Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat also opted out of his contract, and maybe he'll end up in Cleveland too. I don't think so, but you never know. However, one thing for sure, I do know. I'm finished. Enjoy your weekend. Till Monday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. One announcement for this evening. Happy 23rd anniversary in heaven to William Evanko. Missing you and wishing you were here on our special day. I love you from Charlotte. That's tonight's social news.
We need more hats on this show. We'll have to get Janine and Lisa a special hat. Well, everyone, enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Be safe and good luck to our women's national soccer team on Sunday. Until Monday, take it easy, everyone.